Welcome to the start of another small projects vlog. To start off strong, we're doing a sample knit for La Mercerie, and La Mercerie sent me the yarn and everything, so I'll show you. They sent me 7 balls of the Camaro Snefnug, in the color gray beige, and it is gras beige, I think. It's the color 7315. It is 55% baby alpaca, 35% organic cotton, and 10% fine merino wool, and it's very, very soft. I can see why this yarn would be what is suggested for a baby knit, and the sample knit that I'll be doing is Selma's Sleep Suit by Petite Knit. They also sent me some buttons, so I'll keep this safe until I need it. And I already got started. So this is basically your gauge swatch, and I'm on gauge. This is knit on a US 6, a 4mm needle, and this is the top of the hood of the baby sleep suit. It is just garter stitch all the way down with some raglans, I think, here, and so I think it'll be a really fun knit. I don't think it'll be a very quick knit, but I hope to be able to do it quite quickly so that I could send it back to them and everything. So far, I'm having a lot of fun working on this. It's currently Saturday, so we'll see how long it takes me to knit this, but it used quite a bit of yarn just to make this, so I think that I will probably go through the majority of the yarn that they sent me, probably not all, but I am making this 3 to 6 month size, so we'll see how far I can get today and just how much I knit. It's now 3 p.m. on Sunday, and this is the progress I have on the Selma sleep suit. And so I have now done 3 of the buttons, or 3 of the buttonholes, and I have to do 2 more buttonholes basically before I could start the legs. So I decided to just continue down the body instead of doing the sleeves first, because the sleeves are just knit flat as well, and then you mattress seam it, and even the little fold over cuff, it's all just mattress seamed and everything, and I think it'll be really nice once I get to it. But I just kind of wanted to knit back and forth, and so I am doing that, just being mindful of how many rows in between I have to do all the place the buttons. This is my 3rd ball of yarn, and the Camaro Snefnug is a chainette style yarn, so that means that I think it's cotton tubing and then the alpaca is blown through the yarn, and so it looks like this, and there is no real give to it. So when I was knitting a little tighter, especially on the hood, my shoulders and my hands were kind of achy at night, but then today it's fine, and I think that's just because I've loosened up, and so the body is a little looser, even though it's very dense. There's no real air or anything going through it. It's just that the gauge might be slightly tighter in the hood, so I'll just have to make sure to block it really well. And I think that overall it's going along pretty well. The instructions are very clear, and there are 6 more stitches in the front than the back, because the front will overlap like this, so that the buttons, that's where the button placket is, basically placket. And then when you do the legs, you do a little bit of bind off in the front and the back, so that there is a little bit of space where the butt is supposed to be, I guess, between the legs. And so I'll continue on making this. I'm not sure if I can get to the legs today. I still am hoping to have it done by tomorrow, but that's looking a little less likely now that it's 3 p.m. My kids are out with my husband, took them out, but I'm not sure how long they'll be out for. I haven't really done anything else today except for knit on this and then just do some housework. And so laundry still needs to be folded and everything, but that's a problem for a future me. Good morning. It's now around 11 a.m. on Monday, so the next day. I don't think I can get this done today. Hopefully I can get it done by tomorrow. It's just a lot of knitting, I think, for a baby thing, but of course, because it's a whole sleep suit. And so I have around 8 more centimeters to go on the body. I am done all the buttonholes, and this is where the button placements will be. And this is the last buttonhole that I've done, so I still have around this much more to go before I start on the legs. So I still have the legs and then the arms to do after that, and seaming up all the arms. So I think that I'll just continue working on this today. It's just back and forth garter until I get to the legs part, but I have joined in my 4th ball of yarn. I have 3 more. Not sure it will need all 3, but we'll see. I weaved in all my ends as well. So this is where the 3rd ball ended and this is where the 4th ball started. For this yarn, it's quite easy to weave in the ends, and I was able to weave it in just at a small place because I was splitting where the chainette was of all the cotton, so there's no way that this will become undone. And from the other side, because it's such a dense fabric, you can't tell at all where I've weaved in my ends, so that's perfect. Good morning, it's almost noon, it's around 12 and I have to leave for a dental appointment for an emergency cavity, hopefully not, but we'll see. It's just TMI, but anyway, I have to leave. I have finished the bottoms or the legs of the Selma sleep suit and it looks so cute. I just sewed in the ends and everything and sewed up the legs, and that took around 45 minutes. I did follow the mattress stitching and all of the guidelines, so and I did sew up the bottom as well. So this is what it looks like. It's pretty cute. I weaved in all of the ends that happened, so there are no ends. I have to now do the sleeves. I'm still hopeful that I can get it. I was going to say confident, but I'm not super confident. I'm still hopeful that I can get it done today. The sleeves shouldn't be as much knitting, but there's just a lot of pieces with this. So I hope that I can get it done tonight, and then I'll be able to block and everything, block it. I should be going to my sister's later, so we'll see how much knitting I can get done there. Good evening, it's around 9:30. My kids are now asleep and I'm still working on Selma's sleep suit. I'm not that far into it from when I showed you last because I didn't take this to my dental appointment because I thought I would just get a dental appointment, get an x-ray, and probably have to come back home right away and then get my cavity filled or whatever problem it is that they discovered at another date. But it turns out that the place that got infected is actually where I had my root canal. So I actually had to go to an endodontist. I think that's what they're called, the root canal specialist. But the time between the appointments was kind of awkward, where if I came home, I'd only be home for 30 minutes. But then if I stayed out, I'd be out for 2 hours. And so I decided just to stay rather than, spend the money on Uber rides and such, because both the appointments were downtown. I love my dentist. I also really like this specialist, the root canal endodontist, I think, specialist. And so I love it was a really great experience overall for what it could be. I have more appointments to go to. Unfortunately, I think the root canal has to be redone, and it's okay. The nerve is already dead, so it doesn't hurt. It's just kind of annoying, kind of painful in terms of financially and emotionally and just time-wise. But all that to say, I didn't get much work done on this. I want to finish the sleeve, at least the sleeve today, and then sew it all up, and then maybe work on a little bit of the sleeve before going to sleep. And I think I can do it. I also want to sew on the buttons. The buttons that they sent me are quite small. They're this size, and so I'm going to use the Sandscarn tin silk mohair in the color light beige that I used for my stripe overload cardi. And I think that it will fit in this hole because the yarn won't fit in the hole. There is no way. And because it is a chainette style of yarn, the fiber is blown through, so it's not like I can split the yarn either into plies to fit into the whole buttonholes. So I'm going to do that. And also I have this much left of one of the last skeins from when I finished the body, and I've been using this to just sew things up so I'm not wasting any yarn. And this is my 6th ball of yarn, so I'll definitely have to break into the 7th, and this is the last ball, and that's all I'll really need. I think I'll only need maybe 20 to 30% of the 7th ball but I mean, this project does use quite a bit of yarn, so maybe I'll need more, closer to 50% of this ball. But I'm really glad and excited about just how this is coming along. I think it's beautiful. It does take quite a bit of knitting, so if you are going through this project, I know it's in a small projects vlog, but I think this is as much knitting as probably a t-shirt would be for me. It uses around the same amount, I think, of yarn, so just go into it knowing all of that. But really, if you are having a baby and you do like sleep suits, then this is really cute. It's a really cute pattern, and I think the details are pretty thoughtful. It's pretty simple in construction, so you could definitely do it as an adventurous beginner, even a beginner knitter. It's now just noon and I'm done. Morning. I want to make a couple of small projects today. Namely, I want to make another Poppy the chicken with the leftover yarn from my peony vest. And so I think I'll hold the Thread to Thoughts yarn double since I have 50 grams of this. And I only need around 80 yards for the chicken. And I want to hold this just single with it. And I might add another fingering weight to get me up to that bulky gauge with this yarn. And then I also want to use this to make another gnome. Something a little more Halloween-y is what I'm thinking. I don't know exactly what yet, but we'll see. I just came back from dropping my kid off at preschool. I picked up my 2 nephews and my daughter's here. But for the gnome, I'm going to use this, which is Super Glow Fibers. It's part of their Mystery Mini Skein set that I picked up at Flock, and the colors are so fun. And then I want to do a candy corn hat, and so these are the colors from the artisan sock base from Hazel Knits that came with the whole kit for the Trim the Tree socks, which I've used so many of the colors of, and this is all that I have left. So I'm not sure if it's going to be enough, but we'll work with what we have. And the idea for the candy corn hat comes from Kim Denise 0000. I'll link her, and she has so many beautiful gnome creations that she's created, and I found it through Imagine Landscapes. Sarah Shira, the author of Gnomes of Grimblewood and the author of Noodles, which I'll be making for this one. She shared Kim's, I guess, or Denise. I'm not sure if Kim or Denise is her first name, but she shared Kim Denise's post, and so I'm really excited. And my sister also has a bunch of safety eyes because she used to make more amigurumi, so I just picked it up so that I could put it in Poppy the chicken a little later. It's now a few hours later and Noodles is done. He does look quite funky. I don't know how I feel about it. The yarn is quite busy. Next time I probably will hold it double, even though it's DK weight. I think that you could see some of just the polyfill sticking out just because it is I do stuff it quite a bit, and I think that the hazelnuts yarn is quite thick, so next time I pair it with hazelnuts I could probably end up holding this double as well, and then I wouldn't have the color pooling going on. But he does look quite funky. I don't know how Halloween-y he looks, but this is Noodles and he is done. He's my gnome for October, so I'm really happy that I was able to complete him today. Good morning. It's just around 8 a.m. and I completed Poppy the chicken. I'm so happy with the way this one has turned out. It's looking so cute. The colors I used here were just leftovers that I had lying around, and I think I held this one 6 ply. So I actually held this one, how do you say it, like sextuple? I don't even know. And then this I held 8 strands together, so it's made for a really thick this is called a comb, so it's made for a really thick comb and beak, and the eyes are the ones I got from my sister, and the wings are tiny because I did make the modifications, the same ones that Ikigai Fibers gave for their kit, and so that's what I followed. So this is bigger than what you would get in the regular Poppy the Chicken video, in the regular Poppy the Chicken pattern, which is a free pattern online, and that one will be around half the size. So for the bottom, I just held this the Thought to Thread yarn double with mystery skein I got from Mandy's Making, and then for the body I held the Thought to Thread yarn double with the Regia yarn as I showed you, and this Unjin hand dyed yarn, and this is all I have left. So I'm so happy I was able to use all of this super special yarn. This yarn was gifted to me by Dani of Day K Vlog, or on YouTube or DK Knits on Instagram. And so thank you. I was able to use all of it for the 2 projects I made with this yarn, and I'm so happy with how it's turned out. I hope that, I'm not sure exactly who this is going to, but I hope whoever this goes to enjoys it. And I think I will do probably just one more project in this, no. And I think I'll just have one more project in this small projects vlog, and I'm just gonna go get the yarn now. For the last project in this small projects vlog, I'd like to make the Ghostwood Mittens with these 2 yarns. This is one of the yarns that my sister got me from Norway, and I'm so excited to be able to use it. This is Sandnesgarn Double Sunday, and it's in the color 4672, and this is called Blackberry Juice, I think. And this one is the Barocco Ariel that I got from Emerald City Yarn during their soft opening to match this. And this is in the color 3460 called Plum. I will be pairing these 2 together to make the medium size of the Ghostwood Mittens. It comes in 3 sizes, a woman's small, medium, and large, and the woman's large I think is a men's small. So thank you. My daughter's just handing me the yarn, and this is what I have left over for the thought to thread yarn. I only have 25 grams left, so I think it's actually enough to make another chicken because I only used 25 grams for the poppy. Thank you. And now she's just taking all the yarn out of my project bag, so thank you so much. It's just around noon, and today is Friday. My daughter has the day off school though because it's professional development day at school, and so we'll probably end up going to Costco later. I love going to Costco, but this is how far I've gotten on the mitten, on my first mitten so far, and it says an afterthought thumb, so I think I just put a placeholder there for but I still have to get, I think, 7 centimeters, and currently this is around 7 centimeters, so I have a little bit missing before I have to do that. But I am at a point where the cables will cross and then we'll create that little dome thing in the middle and the diamond in the middle, which I'm really excited to do. And I think it's looking quite kind of small, but I tried it and I think that it will be fine. So once I have it on, it'll look like this, and it's just so pretty. I just love both the color as well as the design of this. I made my cuff a little longer than they suggest that you do. I think for my size it was around 6.5 centimeters. I made it closer to 7 centimeters, and that's 20 rows for me, and so I'm so happy with how it's coming along. And mittens go by so quickly, so I always forget. I always think mittens are as slow as socks or take as long as socks, but of course mittens just go by really quickly, a lot faster than socks would, because socks you just have a lot more knitting, and these are on larger gauge as well. So I'll continue making this, and I'm just having a lot of fun. Morning, it's around 10 a.m. the next day, and I just changed my phone, so I think maybe the quality has gotten slightly better, hopefully. Hopefully that's the case. So I finished this yesterday. I haven't put in the thumb yet, so this is the thumb hole where I would have to pick up, and I've also worked on the second one. So this is the right hand, this is the left hand, and so the thumbs are corresponding. You don't want to have 2 of the same, I guess. But I think that I think I have 1 more row here than here, so I must have just missed a row when it was just non-cable. I must have cabled 2 times in a row, but I don't think you can really tell. I asked my husband about it, he couldn't tell, so I'm just going to leave it. And whoever I gift these to, hopefully they won't be able to tell in the future as well. So I think that the number of rows should be fine. In terms of the complete length, we should be able to get there. I have to start the decreases now, and I will do that. We're going out in just a little bit, in probably around 10 minutes. My sister's coming over to babysit the kids, and then my husband and I are actually gonna go to a little Friendsgiving with my friends, because Canadian Thanksgiving is October 13th. Most of my friends here in Seattle are from Canada or from Vancouver, where I met them during my second degree. But all that to say, we're going out to meet friends. I don't think I'm going to take this. I usually don't really knit a lot in the car, but maybe we will, who knows. I'm almost done my current ball of yarn, and so I have a second ball of double Sunday I can use. And I should probably knit more mittens in the future because it doesn't take much yarn at all. It's pretty quick to knit up. It's pretty fun. And I just feel like it's really fun. I'm really enjoying the process, and I've enjoyed the process. I just don't knit that many mittens, but for me personally, probably mittens would be better to give away than socks. I know more people who would use mittens than socks. And this would go in a hypothetical gift box. And I say hypothetical because I've been wanting to have a box full of hand knit gifts just to have on the side and then give it away at the end of the year to friends and family and such. But I have no chill, so I've just been giving it away as I make it, as I see people, and so we'll see about how that goes. But I'm really enjoying the process of this, and it feels so good even though the fabric is quite dense. I have now completed the Ghostwood Mittens by Kiyomi Bergen, and I'm so happy that I've made these. These are the size medium. I used the recommended needle size, which is a US 4, a 3.5mm needle for the body, and then for the cuff, I used a US 3, a 3.25 as recommended. I loved holding the Sandisgarn Double Sunday with the Barocco aerial yarn, and the colors are just so beautiful and they match up really well, and I think that these are the perfect gift mittens to give away. They are a little tight on my hands. The length should be okay, but it's just a tiny bit tight and constricting. I usually don't wear mittens also just because I have to use my hands quite a bit, but I think that this will be really nice to gift to other people. I'm so thrilled with how this project has turned out, and it's just the perfect weather now to get started on gift knits as well as just warm weather stuff as it is fall. I just love all of the foliage just turning red on our street. It's beautiful, and I'm just really happy with all of the projects that I made. The Selma sleep suit, La Mercerie has received it and they said that it was great, so I'm really happy that that was a sample knit in this project, as well as the October gnome, which was really fun to make, and the Poppy the chicken. I think Poppy the chicken was just so beautiful. I'm so happy I was able to use the leftover yarn and use up the entire 1200 meters that I had of the Onjil hand dyed yarn, as well as use some more of the thought to thread yarn. And I'm just really thrilled with the small projects vlog this time. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you can, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.